mean, there's so much to everyone. And so it's interesting just seeing how all of the different energies. And I always say, like, the planets, they're all on your team. They're all working for you. So it's nothing to ever be scared of, but it does validate, like, struggles or obstacles we have to kind of get through.
It's Sofia Franklyn. You are listening to Sofia with an F, and the F is for phenomenal.
The internet's so mean. I would be too.
Right?
Like, I get it now. Like, Reddit is the scariest place I've ever been.
Girl, you should not be hanging out
I
on
shouldn't be
there.
hanging out there. I really don't. I've gotten better. Last year was bad.
Oh.
Because you're curious.
At first,
and you, like, learn information there. Like, sometimes they have info and you're like, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Sometimes it's info that's not real.
Oh, shit. It's like self-sabotage, though. Like, you know how you're just like, I want to hurt my feelings.
Yeah. Oh, 100% with Reddit.
Yeah.
If I ever am in that, like, self-loathing mood, Reddit.
Yeah.
But that's like once every few months.
It's so toxic. Why do we do that? Yeah.
So,
At least it's not every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't go on Reddit every day.
No, just when I'm in a mood. And I'm like,
Okay.
let's hurt my feelings.
Right.
But for the most part, I can't complain. For the most part, people are nice. But
Really?
for the most part,
They won't be for long.
No.
They'll turn
But
on
James,
you.
Yeah, James is always like, don't care if they like you because the next week they won't. And I'm like,
Yes.
damn.
That's really,
That's sad.
that really is how it goes.
Yeah.
I used to do this thing where I would intro my guests
Okay.
and intro the show.
Okay.
And now I'm trying to do this new thing where I'm like, can we just be a little more chill about it?
I love that.
But this is Ally Lewber. Is it Lewber?
It's Lewber.
Okay.
It's Lewber.
Did anyone ever, like, in high school
Yes.
be like, Ally Lube?
I was called Lubes. So just Lubes.
Okay.
Or just Luber.
Mm.
Yep.
Okay.
I love that you know that.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
it was
I will not
interesting.
do an intro. And I'm like, this is Ally Lewber. Welcome to Sofia with an F. Please
Yay.
subscribe. Okay. We met.
Yes.
How long ago was that?
So it was the first BravoCon that I attended. So 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Were you on Vanderpump Rules yet?
Yes, we had just wrapped filming.
Okay.
But I had not watched it yet. So, like, it hadn't aired yet.
Okay.
So that was my time of, like, anxiety and, like, what
Okay.
am I getting myself into?
Right.
Yeah.
I remember walking in to, like, whatever hotel it was.
Yeah, we were at the Gansevoort.
Yes.
And I, like, fangirled.
Okay, you made me feel so much better because I walked
Aw.
in and it was every
Yes.
fucking Bravo celebrity.
It was Housewives. It was obviously all the Vanderpump people, but Housewives. And I remember seeing you and I was like, shut the fuck up. And I, like, told my mom, I told James, I was like, that's Sofia. That's Sofia.
I know. And then I think, did you come up to me and like,
Yeah.
hey, can we get a pic, or was it
Yes.
James on your behalf? I think it was
Ooh,
you.
I don't
and then
remember.
maybe.
Yeah, I might have been nervous and made James, like, break the ice or something.
Which is so
That's
cute.
so cute.
But the fact that you did that, I was like, I deserve to be here.
1000%.
Like, my attitude did a total 180.
I was like, fuck everyone. This is Sofia with an F.
But yeah, I remember you actually had like a lasting impression on me. Like, you were
Aw.
so genuine and kind.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
Thank
exactly
you.
how you come off on the show is you in real life.
Thank you.
For everyone on fucking Reddit, okay? So, Ally,
Thank you. Yes.
can we please talk about the birth chart thing?
Yes.
You went to college to
I did.
major in.
Yeah, I studied entertainment journalism.
Okay.
And I went initially for music. I went to college in Nashville. So I was like trying to do that.
That girly.
And then, yeah, that was kind of intense. And I like the hours that you have to put in the School of Music was so intense. And like I
Like-
just wanted to have fun.
So School of Music. So is School of Music like on an in like were you learning an instrument? Are you
No.
learning about like composers from the past? Because I did a music theory class.
Oh my God, so hard.
The hardest shit of
So
my
hard.
life.
Yeah, it's intense. I went for voice, so I was a vocal major. But yeah, it was intense. And then I switched majors like the first semester because all my friends were having fun and I was like in the music room for like 10 hours.
You're like, and what is college for?
Literally, yeah. And Yeah, no, exactly. I wanted that experience, so no regrets. But yeah, after I graduated from Nashville, like literally the next day, I moved to LA, which was always kind of the plan.
Okay.
But,
so where did astrology come into all this? Because I read that you were like studying meteorology at one point, which is crazy, which is so cool, but like nerdy, but like the coolest thing in the whole world.
Yeah, I thought so too for a minute. If we thought music theory was hard, oh my God, meteorology. No, it was so hard. It humbled me so quickly. I was like, I'm an idiot. I studied, when was that? That was like 2 or 3 years after college. So I moved to LA. It's really hard to get a job and to work. And this was during COVID. And I actually had a neighbor who worked at CNN. So he was a news anchor at CNN. And he was kind of like, I think you would do great as a meteorologist. And I was like, I don't know how to take that. Like, it's kind of sexist, but okay. But he was really sweet and nice. So he, kind of mentored me. And then I started taking the classes and hated it. It was just so hard. But meanwhile, I always had loved astrology. And I also started during COVID studying that too. Okay. So
you've always been into astrology, like, since you were little?
Yeah, since I was little. I mean, obviously I didn't go into the full extent of it until college and COVID era, like later in life. But yeah, as a kid, you'd read Cosmo and like all the magazines and go to the horoscope section.
To see if the guy you have a crush on, if you guys are meant to be.
Yep.
Yes. Yep. The thing about astrology, this is random as fuck, but I was watching this documentary for no reason. I have no idea why it was on my TV, called Zeitgeist.
Ooh,
and it was basically saying all religion is based on astrology.
I mean, I could see that for sure, especially with the mythology of it all and just like the stories of the Greek gods and things like that. Like that makes sense. And at the end of the day, like we're all connected, right? Like it goes to that deeper meaning, which I love that because I always struggled with religion and I grew up like Methodist and going to church and things, but I was always like, I don't get it. Like, I don't know about this.
Same. Yeah. Same. I've said this a million times. Private Catholic school. Yeah. But it was raised Mormon.
Right.
But my grandma's Jewish. So I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
Right. Yeah. You're like, who's right, who's wrong? And then it's kind of an identity crisis. I went to a private Christian school and I was like making jokes about like Ouija boards because where I came from, like my friends and I in high school, we would like go to graveyards and like.
I loved that shit.
Right? I know, Scorpio rising. Oh, this is why I love you.
Okay. Yeah. Should we jump into that?
Yes, I'm so excited.
Because to be honest, I've been so excited.
I'm so excited. Ask me anything. So your chart is so watery, but you also have a mix of fire.
I'm wet.
Yeah, literally.
I'm literally a wet ass bitch. Wet ass pussy.
So basically, do you know your big three? Like your sun, your moon, and your rising?
I know that the sun is the main one, right?
Yes. So you're Cancer.
Cancer. Rising, I know, is Scorpio.
Yeah. Then you are an Aries moon.
Okay.
So the big three is honestly the best place to start in astrology. It's like talks about your main personality. Like they're really important planets. The sun is who we are becoming, and it's what we want in this lifetime. And you're a Cancer. So you're becoming more of a Cancer every single day. You're tapping into that energy. And Cancer it's a water sign. So they are emotional and sensitive, but powerful when you tap into your energy in the correct way, which is usually like, choosing spirituality or creative outlets over the other, which with water we see heaviness. It's like we can drown or we can swim. So it's going to therapy and, talking about your mental health and
So are you saying
escaping.
What?
Not escaping.
Not escaping.
Yeah, like escaping in a healthy way, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but when you say water signs, it's kind of intense, like sink or swim. Does that mean we are more likely to be intense people or no?
I think with Cancers, yes, because I think, the water signs are interesting. So like, so you're Scorpio rising as well. So Scorpio is different than Cancer. They're both water signs, so they feel immensely. But Cancers are more protective. They're more like, they're nurturing. So a lot of times with Cancers, we can see them avoiding their own needs and feelings to protect others, to protect family, or to protect, when it's like they're meant to take care of themselves and heal themselves, because then you're an even better caregiver to others. So you have to put yourself first. With Scorpios, which is your rising sign, so that is who you are showing up as every single day. So I love that, we were talking about how you always said you wanted to be a Scorpio, because that's who, when you wake up in the morning, like that Scorpio is really your leading energy. That's your personality.
But that's so crazy that I talked about, I guess on an episode, Ally was telling me earlier that I wanted to be a Scorpio because they have this reputation of being sexual.
Yeah.
Like having a sexual energy.
Yep.
I don't even think at that time I knew.
Yeah, that's
that
crazy.
I was,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I manifested it.
You did.
But
you knew deep down.
Absolutely not, because it literally happens before you're born.
But you intuitively knew.
Yes.
And Cancers are ruled by the moon, which is the it's the most spiritual planet. And so there is that intensity with Cancers and Scorpios. Like, always trust your gut. Like, you are so intuitive, and you're just learning how to trust it in this lifetime.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't want to. No, that was my 2024 goal. Go with my gut.
I love that.
Okay, this was nowhere when I would read my horoscope growing up on whatever website.
It's, who also has this placement, which, by the way, you also have Pluto in your first house, which is that ascendant house. It's all about your physical body, your personality. You also have the planet Pluto there, which is the planet of intensity and sex and transformation. And so this placement is naturally, they are just sexual. They lead with that. They feel confident with that. And again, just being a bit taboo. But Lala Kent also has a Scorpio rising with Pluto in the first house.
Really?
Yeah.
And I love her.
Yeah, I know. You guys give off like that same energy. and
sexual energy? Yeah. Would you say I give off sexual energy?
1000%. Yes.
I'm looking at the other people in the room. Yes or no?
Yes. I'm like, yeah.
They're forced
three yeses.
Yes right now. You know what's really funny is I do think I kind of lead or give off a sexual energy.
Yeah.
And I am a sexual person, but not so much.
Yeah.
You know?
It's natural. It honestly is so natural to you, where other people, it's not natural to them. And so that's why it feels intense, because it's just something that other people, they might not get it.
Got it.
But that's your power. Pluto's all about power. So, okay, wait. I want to go back to your sun real quick, because I love this. Your sun is living in your 9th house, which is the house of foreign travel, higher education, and like belief systems. So I love what we were just saying about belief systems and like, what do we believe in? The 9th house is very wise. It's very philosophical. It's like a professor. But with your sun here, again, like that's where you're getting, the sun is always just getting bigger and more powerful and warmer. And so you're tapping into that power every day. So with the sun in the 9th house, like you're going to be seen on a larger scale. You can kind of see like that line right there is the top of our chart. That's where the sun is beaming down. And your sun is literally like a couple degrees away from that line. So you're meant to be seen in a larger scale. Yeah. This is a big placement for authors. You might write a book one day. There's just a lot where like obviously with the job you do too, like eyes on you.
Mm-hmm.
Then if we go to the 10th, you have Leo. And that's where Mercury is. And the 10th house is the reputation house. It's the fame house. It's the house where like, whether you like it or not, a mic is literally going to be put into your hands and you are going to speak. And
that's what that house says?
Yeah. Yeah. So Mercury in the 10th, it's like we see people who are great at public speaking, great at talking. And again, whether they like it or not, because there's people who have this placement that like don't want to be seen.
Me,
right.
kind of.
Yeah. But it's like, it doesn't matter. Like you're going to be seen. Yeah. So it's getting comfortable with that. And it's Leo. So there is this like entertainment side to it that's like, okay, I like the spotlight. But then the Cancer and the Scorpio in you, Scorpios like to not be figured out.
Got it.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's a lot of conflicting things a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
It explains, right? Like, because, I mean, there's so much to everyone. And so it's interesting just seeing how all of the different energies. And I always say, like, the planets, they're all on your team. They're all working for you. So it's nothing to ever be scared of, but it does validate, like, struggles or obstacles we have to kind of get through.
Right.
Yeah.
That chart looks insane.
It looks
like
so loud.
It just took me back to trigonometry in high school with the protractor. Do you remember that thing?
I'm gonna throw up. Yes. Oh my God, stop. Geometry was the worst time of my life.
What the fuck?
No.
Like why did you guys make me spend money, my family, on a protractor? Fuck off.
Or remember that one calculator that was like so expensive?
It was like
big.
the
the TI or something?
Something like that. That shit's fucked up. Trigonometry, not to brag, I was in trig as a freshman because I was placed into advanced math.
Oh, yeah. Well, you did like money and math stuff. But then, so that makes sense.
Well, yeah. But then by sophomore year, I started partying and then it went, and then I went straight back to probably
Algebra 1.
Yes. But
I'm dead.
That was a crazy.
I don't think I ever took trig.
Really?
I don't think I did. If I did, I definitely blocked that out.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yes, you made sure to block that. You know what I love so much about this? You're literally interviewing me.
I know. Like, I love how I did that. I'm like, wait a minute.
You pulled the switch on me real quick.
I love it.
You told me a lot of positives about my astrological placements. You need to give me one or two negatives.
Okay.
Or you're just really, really good at how you phrase the negatives. I think maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
I think you probably did say you struggle in these areas, but you said it in such a way that I'm like, I'm killing it.
I know. Like, I did kind of tell you, watch out for your mental health and your physical health, but I can be a little more blunt. No, that's why astrology is so fun, though, because like even when I'm doing readings, I can kind of vibe out the clients that are like, tell it to me straight, like no bullshit. And then but at the end of the day, it is all positive because you're perfect. Like the universe designed you this way. There are no flaws, right?
Yes.
But there's things that we can all work on. And like,
not me really, but like for other people, I know for sure.
It's true. It's true. Okay, I will tell you one. Well, you do really have a beautiful chart, but I will say you also have a very loose grand cross, which is pretty rare. And all that means is there's a lot of squares in your chart, and that's a harsher aspect because squares, they create tension and obstacles. And it's not a bad thing. It just means you have to kind of put more work into certain areas where it's annoying when there's a lot of sextiles and trines. Like those are good aspects, but you don't really notice them because they kind of just like work out and happen. But when we have squares, it's like good things take time and slow and steady wins the race. So it's putting a lot of work to overcome the obstacles, which obviously is going to be more beneficial.
In the end, it will be great.
Yeah.
But I feel that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can see that big square like right in your chart.
I mean, I can't
see it. No,
you're like, but we will be posting this.
Give me the protractor
on the YouTube because everyone needs to see my astrology shit.
So Saturn's in your 4th house, which is interesting because you have one younger brother, right? Yeah. So Saturn in the 4th house usually is an older sibling placement or someone who almost takes, not like you're the parent, but
no, I kind of was.
You kind of were the dad because Saturn is the dad planet and the 4th house is the family. Yeah.
Single mom.
Yeah.
I'm 11 years older than him.
Oh, wow. Yeah. See, there's a lot of like responsibility that you take on your family. Like that.
Yes,
Yeah. You feel in charge and in control of that. And it's harder when we're younger. Saturn is a slow moving planet. So it's like a lot of lessons. But when you were younger, it might have felt like a lot of weight on you and a lot of pressure. And I'll just let you know, though, like later in life, that is a really powerful placement. Like if you ever want to start your own family, like you know how to do that now.
Yes.
It's like, I know how to build the perfect family. I learned from this and now I'm going to recreate or like change the rules a little bit. But like, you know how to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I felt that before.
Yeah.
And you know what? I still feel the pressure a little bit.
Yeah.
Of having to kind of be the adult in the family, which I am a fucking adult, but you know what I mean?
Right.
But at the same time, I think it will be such a blessing when I decide to have a family.
Totally.
Which
exactly.
I probably should be doing pretty fucking soon. Speaking of, what astrological sign?
Oh, would you be good with?
Yes.
Okay, I like you with earth energy.
Okay.
So, that's your mom, right? Yeah, she's Capricorn. Yeah, I like you with earth energy because in your 7th house of marriage and relationships, you have Taurus there. So
what are the earth signs?
Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo.
I've never dated any of those.
Interesting.
Hence why I'm here right now without a fucking boyfriend.
You're single right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, I think maybe try out an earth sign.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it would feel really grounding. And also earth, think, green, plants, money. They really are here to build something and like water it and nurture it, like building an empire. That's earth energy.
This
so I
is
think
a
you would
little
like the
too
stability.
on the nose right now.
I know, it's crazy.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I could talk to you for hours and hours and hours about this.
No, I know. I have so much I still want to say.
I know.
It's crazy.
I know a lot of people tuning in are like, can we hear about Ally now, Sofia? Like, what the fuck?
I'm like, no, let's keep talking about you.
Skims is the shit and everybody knows it. I could just stop right there, mic drop, but you know I come with receipts. Anything Skims is just so comfortable that I never, ever, ever feel the need to take it off the second I get home. It started with the underwear, and now I am obsessed with the bras. I was team braless. I was team no bra for a very long time, but I tried their wireless form push-up plunge bra recently. That bra right there was able to convert me forever because no matter what you're working with, a little push-up never hurt. And unlike most push-up bras, this gives you those perky, lifted, and supported breasts. Plus, the plunge part makes it so you can really show off that cleavage if you want to, and it just looks incredibly sexy and sleek. So if you haven't yet, it really is time, Sloots. Shop Skims bras at skims.com, now available in 62 sizes, 38 through 46H, plus get free shipping on orders over $75. If you haven't yet, be sure to let them know that I sent you. After you place your order, select podcast in the survey and select my show in the drop-down menu that follows. It really helps. Time to talk about my favorite shopping buddy, Rakuten. And like I've told you before, Rakuten is the smartest way to save money when you shop. Get cash back at over 3,500 stores across every single category, including fashion, beauty, electronics, home essentials, travel, dining, and so much more. From Bloomingdale's to YSL Beauty to UGG, so I can get my influencer mini platform pair, duh. Rakuten helps me get cash back at the places I love. And you can go to Rakuten.com to find how you can earn cash back at the places you love and would already be shopping at. Membership is free and it's easy to sign up. And Rakuten speaks for itself. Members have already saved over $4.6 billion with a B dollars in cash back. Cashback rates change daily. Start all your shopping at Rakuten.com or get the Rakuten app to start saving today. Your cashback really adds up. I do want to talk about not necessarily Vanderpump, because I know you talk about it a lot, and you even said you were like, I don't love talking about it, which I totally get. But what was it like going from normal gal to instant celeb?
Did I go to instant celeb? I don't think so.
No, you did, baby girl.
Oh my God. Okay, Sofia.
You absolutely did.
Yeah, it was weird. It was around the time that I met you, I think I hadn't fully accepted it or understood really what was going on because the show hadn't aired. I was still like private on Instagram, never posted. Like I was so uncomfortable on social media. So yeah, I think I just downplayed it a lot and I was like, it'll be fine. I'm sure.
I still do that.
Right. You kind of have to. We're like protecting ourselves.
Is it a protection thing or I just think I'm a little bit delulu?
Which is good. Now I'm learning it's good to be delulu because if we weren't, and James helped me a lot because he obviously has been in this world for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm grateful for astrology because I do think if I didn't start that business or like have that, I would just be too consumed with it.
Yes.
And it's like keeping me grounded. I'm passionate about it. And so I'm like really grateful to have that. But,
I like that.
Yeah. But it has been fun. This year, I finally like accepted it and leaned into it. And I'm like, oh, wait, social media is kind of fun. Like I like making TikToks and content's cool. Like I was such a hater.
We are kind of on the exact same path. I don't know how.
Yeah.
I shit on social media all the time. Yeah. I've recently been trying to put myself out there and it can be a lot of fun.
It can be fun.
You know?
It's so true. And when you lean into the
outlet.
It is, especially TikTok.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
but do you still get like anxiety or like overwhelmed?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I do. It's gotten a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
A lot better. And I think like what we were just saying, like finding the fun in it. Because before it wasn't fun to me. So I was also
trying
like,
to make it perfect.
I was trying to make it perfect. And yeah, I was like worried what people would think. And that was just such a waste of time. But I think I had to go through that to like, you know, I don't know. Whatever.
Yes.
But it's scary. And I think I've learned too that everyone feels that way. Like a lot of influencer friends, I don't know why I did that. Influencer friends that I've made or like people like that, they were scared at the beginning too. I was like, oh no way.
They still are, but they are still putting out massive amounts of content. They just get over the hump.
You have to just get over it. Yeah.
It's
because it is fun. I love your TikToks too. I feel like TikTok is more creative than people think, and you can do like whatever on there.
I know. I need to tap into that more. The TikTok.
Yeah, you do. Your TikToks are funny.
Funny. Thank you. Yeah. But I really need to I need to learn how to edit one. That's what I'm learning right now, actually.
Does your team help you? That's so nice.
They do. My team helps me, but I relied on my team so much for the editing or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I need to know how to do this shit
You can
myself.
do it. You can actually I never thought I'd be able to do it. I was like, I hate the post side of stuff. Like I don't want to set up lighting and do like the editing. But now I actually like the editing. I did a get ready with me to come here today. And I was like editing it in the car. And I was like,
long did it take you?
So what I do, I set it on the 10-minute timer. Okay. And so I give myself, the first one I ever edited was like an hour. And I gave it to my friend to help. And he was like, what the fuck? Like, this is way too long. I was like,
mine are so long.
I know. But if you set the timer to 10 minutes, then when you go in to edit it, it's only 10 minutes and you just delete a bunch of stuff and you get it down to a minute.
So how long does it take you to edit?
Probably like 20 minutes.
Okay, professional.
30? No, I don't know. It depends. It depends. But
all around,
it's gotten easier. And CapCut's really easy. Like once you do it twice, you'll be it's quick. You'll be good at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to get in the habit.
Yeah.
Which I will, which I am.
I think your moon in the 6th house, like no joke, when you're doing something you love and you're passionate about it, like you're unstoppable. You can, your work ethic is great.
Yes.
You just have to really love what you do.
Yes. Love what I do. And also, I don't know why it took me 6 years in the public eye to come to this realization that social media is my job.
Yeah.
And I need to treat it as such, you know?
Totally.
Well, are you and James a match astrologically?
So technically, Capricorn and Aquarius, I wouldn't be like, oh, that's fabulous. But you have to look at the whole chart. And I think planet Venus and the moon are really important to look at. So compatibility in astrology, I know people love to ask about it and talk about it, but I'm like, it's
it's complex.
It's complex. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I'll have friends be like, oh, he's a Gemini. And I'm like, okay, but like, yeah,
Right.
but like, let's look a little deeper. And, but James and I do have a chart that's very balanced. So like I bring to him what he lacks and vice versa. Like he has so much fire. I don't have any fire in my chart.
So you guys.
He literally wakes me up. He's like, you got to get this done. You got to do this. And he like
Right.
motivates me and inspires
like,
me. And
with your water, you're like,
literally,
let's relax.
I'm like, sit down, take a nap, please.
Yeah. Would you date someone that had kind of the astrological setup that was not compatible with yours?
Yeah, I would, because
at the end of the day, it's like
all a learning lesson. And I do believe like if you meet someone and you love their energy and you love them, like you can look at your birth charts as like a tool and be like, oh, this is where we have some learning lessons and this is where I need to show up for you and you can show up for me. So it's actually like we shouldn't be looking at it like as an all or nothing, but instead as like a tool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like back to the complexity thing that you just mentioned. There's no like yes or no. This is should be your soulmate type thing.
In fact, charts that are not compatible, like they don't work that well together, I forget where I learned this or saw this, but they have a lower divorce rate because it takes work and they're putting in the work.
Oh,
but charts that are just like perfectly compatible, they can burn out quicker. It's like, oh.
I kind of totally could see that.
Yeah.
Like that makes sense to me.
Yeah, me too. It's interesting.
So how long have you and James been together?
2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys are still together.
That's crazy. Yeah. He's at the hotel.
He is?
Yeah.
Okay. How has he been?
Good. He stopped drinking in April.
Okay.
So he's been sober since April. I know. But we're good. We're really good. It's funny too, because like, obviously the show's airing right now. And that's like the difficult part of our relationship, I would say, is like just watching it back. But this season, it's not really that difficult with us. So it hasn't been bad. But
and I'm sure every season that goes by, you get more and more accustomed to it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you're like my second one, so I'm like, it's only my second. I feel a lot better than last.
Why do I feel like you've been on this show like for so long?
Thank you. I'm a regular.
I think it's because you became such a main character so quickly.
I don't know.
I really think that's what it was. And because you're so relatable and people could tell and see the genuineness.
That's nice. That's nice. Yeah, and I guess too, last season was also just so like monumental and like crazy and so unexpected that yeah. And then obviously like Rachel was James's ex, and so like there was that tension in the beginning of us like meeting and being in the same friend group. Last season was definitely more uncomfortable for me.
I bet that was one of my questions. Was how is it being friends? I mean, I don't know if you're friends with, these people at this point, but being around or being friends with women who have had sex with your current boyfriend.
Totally. At first, because I mean, Lala. I was just gonna say Lala. So I guess that's it, right? Is it just Lala that we know of? I'm literally always like
just Raquel and Lala.
Raquel and Lala. Yeah. I'm like, just don't tell me at this point. I don't even care. I don't want to know.
Right. You know what? It was before you, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly. And honestly, like leading up to filming, I was nervous to meet them. And Lala's got that Scorpio Pluto in the first house. I was nervous to meet her. But I actually we really instantly kind of clicked. And it was so in the past, and just meeting her helped, and we are friends. And so I've accepted that. I don't really even think about it. Yeah. It's fine.
I mean, all of you guys have kind of like hooked up with each other.
They're all like, that's so normal to them. Yeah. I was like, yes, I just have to like get used to it.
Yeah, you're like, this
is
the
kind
vibe.
Of it sounds toxic, but in a weird way, it's kind of interesting. Like it makes you kind of mature and like deal with things like head on, and like you have to face them, and you can't like run from your emotions or like avoid it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, when I see your guys' friendships, I think they're so cool.
yeah.
You know, I don't find it weird.
That's yeah. I think at first I did. Well, also because like Raquel and Tom were just acting a little inappropriate. So that was weird to me. Just a little inappropriate. But everyone else, I think it's cool.
With Lala, you felt like she was a little intimidating, and then you guys like hit it off. With Raquel, did you guys ever click?
I think that, you know what's weird? We did click at the beginning, and looking back, I think I definitely was just in the mindset of like, I want them to know I come in peace. Like, I'm not trying to like, you know,
stir shit up.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just totally playing the like that card of like, it's good, we're cool, like it's fine. And Raquel and I did relate in some instances, and you know, but it was just such surface level like stuff to just make it not awkward.
Yeah.
When deep down, of course, it is. Like you know, like you just can't. We couldn't avoid it. It was uncomfortable, but like I think we were both just trying to make it not
right.
But looking back, like yeah,
I think I would. Uncomfy. Yeah, I think for me, it would be. I would be able to be chill with it, but I for sure would have moments here and there of just insecurity of like, oh my God, she looks really pretty today. And not Raquel in particular, I mean any.
But I did feel that way a lot because she's gorgeous. And like and even just moments of like what was the
recapping, like having to talk about it?
Yeah, exactly. Like having to talk about it, and like I knew that James and Raquel would have to go have scenes together, or like that would be a thing, and like or at the pool, like at events that I wasn't there for because I was working at the time. So like when I wasn't there, and I know they're like at a pool party.
Oh yeah, I'm not there. I would be at work like, feeling just a little. I wasn't feeling
great. Yeah, I was like, this sucks. Yeah, but like I trust James, and you know it's work, and so overall it was fine. But there were definitely little moments where I was like, this is weird. This is not normal.
Which is totally fair.
Yeah.
And you and James are doing great now. He's at the hotel. Yes. What is he doing? Like, what are you guys up to while you're here?
So he had Watch What Happens Live last night. And then right now, I think he like went to the gym or something while I'm here. But he has a show tonight, which by the way, you're on the list. So you should come. I put your name and a +1. So if you want to come tonight, it's at Marquee.
Oh my God, I just remembered it's Valentine's Day. I was about to be like, I'm there. Maybe after dinner?
Yeah. He goes on at 1. Oh. It's so late. I know.
Okay. We'll see. Okay, we'll see. I'm going to try.
It's fun. It'll be fun. There's a good amount of people coming. Yeah, I'll text you and tell you about it. But you're on the list, so you guys are welcome.
How annoying is it that people probably, I'm assuming constantly are like, how's James doing? Is he sober? Like you're as if you're his babysitter.
That's so true. Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure I just did that, but I didn't even mean it in a sobriety way. I just meant like, how are you guys doing?
Totally. I'm kind of used to it. But yeah, I know what you mean. Sometimes I do feel like
ask him.
Yeah, right.
Give him a call.
Totally. It's so true. Yeah, I do feel, and he doesn't do podcasts and things like that either. So I get it in that instance. It's like, yeah, I'll tell you how he is. Cause like, yeah. But yeah.
Does it ever get annoying?
Not annoying, but I think I've just gotten used to it.
Yeah.
You know, but like now that you ask and I'm sitting back, it's like, yeah, like he can speak for himself, like, and he's good. And if he wasn't good, then like you would know about it, or we wouldn't be together, like, you know, like,
totally.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing. I know Lala's sober and she's such an inspiration.
Yeah.
I think the like obsession with James's sobriety to me doesn't really sit that well with me. Like I think it's his journey. Obviously he's on reality television, but it's like, I don't know. I have some very controversial views on alcohol, I think.
Yeah.
Where I kind of just feel like we're very much in this all or nothing thing.
Yeah.
And I know for certain people, that's how it has to be.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Like there are certain people who it has to be completely,
Yeah.
is it abstinent? Is that the word?
I think so. Yeah. Abstinent.
Okay, what is it when you don't have sex?
Abstinent.
Okay.
Right? Wait,
You
why
know,
does
it works both fucking ways.
I know exactly what you mean. I'm exploring that for myself right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I've tried to do the moderation thing because I love to drink. Like I like
Same.
drinking. I like it. I like having fun. I like going out. And so I've been playing with it too. And especially because James isn't drinking, it helps because I don't drink anymore like at home. Like I won't have wine at home. And
Totally.
so that's helped. But I know what you mean because I think I could find a healthy moderation way.
Yes.
I've grown a lot. So
Back in the
early
day,
20s.
no.
Yeah, no bad. Yeah.
But I'm in the same place as you where I want to be intentional with my drinking.
Yes. Yeah.
Because for a second there it was like for no reason, just autopilot. I'm having a glass of wine every night or two.
Totally. Same.
You know? Or
and then
3.
you punish yourself because before filming this year, like January of last year, I was like, I'm going to be sober. And I've done this a few times. And I did it for a while, and then it was like my birthday, and we were at the Chateau Marmont, and I wanted a glass of champagne so badly, and I regret it. I was like, Ally, you should have just had the glass
I don't
of champagne.
like that.
Right, because
you
I'm punishing. I didn't have a glass of champagne, and like now looking back, like I kind of just punished myself. Like I should have just had the glass of champagne because all I was thinking about was like, do I not? Do I not?
Yes.
But
and I've been in that situation. I think like these streaks, these sobriety streaks, or like 75 hard or those things.
Yeah.
And then it's like the one day you decide to, skew from what you're supposed to be doing. It's like, okay, well, let's start from the fucking beginning. All the work you've done is gone. Like, I just want to find a balance.
You're literally speaking to me right now because I'm not drinking right now. It's been like 3 weeks. And last night we were at Watch What Happens Live, and I'm fine right now. Surprisingly, the first week was kind of hard. I was like, in this lifestyle when you're at events and things like that, and it's like free and there, you have to really have self-control.
And you have social anxiety.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. I did learn that I'm very introverted, and I would actually just use alcohol as like, self-medication.
Yeah.
Which isn't great. That's not good. So I want to show myself that I can like learn how to be social and stuff without drinking, which, believe it or not, is fine. I can do it.
Yes.
So like proving that to myself has been really good.
We're
doing it right now. Look at us.
I think
I'm sober.
I am too.
Wow.
Look at us.
We're so mature. But yeah, I agree with you. It's just because then it's like, what about tonight at the show? If I want to have one glass, and it's like, it's that I'm not proud of myself. It's like, dang, tomorrow I'm going to be like, I can't add that other day to my calendar.
Exactly. Yeah. And then I'm trying to let go of that. And it's like, you know what? If you end up doing it, you do not need to go straight into this self-judgment mode.
I know. It's so hard.
We are just
so hard.
Wise beyond our fucking years. You and James live together. How long have you guys been living together for?
Oh my gosh. We moved in together like insanely quick. And I know that. I'd never lived with a boy before. I actually never wanted, like, I was so scared to live with a boy. I'm an only child. I like my space very like my way. But my studio apartment at the time, it's LA, it's expensive. There was a COVID rate, and the COVID rate like went away. And my rent was increasing by the month. And so I was already looking at like moving in with one of my friends in Venice and like all, and I was just kind of bummed because I loved living alone. And he was moving in, like he was kind of upgrading his apartment to a 2-bedroom anyway. And so it honestly, like
it made sense.
And I wasn't on, because I was like, okay, but this is crazy. I'm not like signing the lease with you. Like there's no attachment, with me. If I need to leave, I can leave. He's like, yeah, for sure. And so, yeah, we moved in together. I love it.
You do.
I love it. There's moments, but I think I love that he's a DJ because I've learned he's gone for a few days and I get my like alone time.
I love that. I
know.
was just gonna say, I have lived with a boyfriend and he just didn't have that much going on, so he was always home.
No.
Can't do that.
No. Yeah.
Like I need to date like a pilot or something who's gone
Literally.
like 2 weeks out of the month.
I think Pilot Pete's coming tonight to the show. So
done and done. Pilot Pete.
I'm dead. I agree though. Yeah, like having space is what is important. But he cooks every meal for me. Like I'm not there's like it's great.
Yeah. Do you feel like you have to defend James all the time?
I feel like yes and no. Like I'm starting to, I feel like I'm starting to just like not as much. But in the beginning, I feel like I was defending me
like
and our relationship. And I was like, it's okay, family, friends. Like, I know what I'm doing. Like, he's not like what you see on TV.
Yes.
Like, yeah, he's charismatic and, he can be a lot, but
he
he's
can
also
get wild.
He's also like so chill. Like
I was shocked when I met him.
Yeah.
It was the same time I met you.
Yeah.
Just gave me a hug and was like, my girlfriend,
he's so sweet.
So nice.
Yeah, he really is. It's just when he gets like worked up over situations, he's very sensitive and he wears his heart on his sleeve.
Yeah, and I mean, they're going to take kind of
He's great at what he does.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a great reality TV star.
He is.
Could you imagine James
having
not
his own
DJing
show?
or not doing reality TV? Like, what would he do?
No, I imagine him having his own show. Like,
he has to do reality or DJing.
Yes, it has to be one or the other.
Like that's
There's
what he was made to
between.
do. Yeah.
Okay, the upcoming season.
We're only on episode 3, I think.
It was very recent.
Yep.
Do you have any tea you can spill? Probably not.
I'm trying to think.
Is Raquel on it?
She doesn't come back.
Have you spoken to her?
No.
Not at all.
No. And no one has.
Didn't she launch a podcast?
Yeah.
But like, does it come out weekly?
I don't know. I don't know what is up with that. I haven't listened. I listened to the first one because I was like, obviously, I'm going to listen.
Right,
I'm like, what's she going to say? I don't listen anymore, but if I'll basically see things online that if it's important. But
she kind of followed how I released Sofia with an F.
Yeah, that's
she
true.
Copied me. I'm half kidding because I'm sure she didn't. But she did the whole
she went away.
Silent,
yeah.
And then came out.
Reappeared.
First thing is like,
yeah,
here's my podcast.
That's so interesting.
Or maybe I'm just so fucking conceited that I'm saying she copied me.
I actually thought about you a lot. I'm not even gonna lie, during Scandival, just with the public hate campaign side of it all. And like I really did feel for her in that moment because like history repeats itself and like seeing how that affected you, it was literally the same thing. And like not good, not right. But yeah, that is interesting. There is definitely like a parallel there.
Totally.
Crazy, yeah.
Totally.
Sad.
Okay, so how long do you see yourself doing reality TV? Do you have any idea? Or are you just like going with the flow like the water sign you are?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you a water sign? You are.
So I'm a Capricorn.
Oh, fuck.
So I'm an Earth Sun. We're compatible. But the rising sign is water. It's Pisces.
Got it.
So that's why like the rising sign, again, it's your energy and motivation. So it's like, I'm late. I'm working on my time. It's divine timing.
Yes.
But I think with reality TV, I mean, yeah.
You don't know.
I honestly look at it as like I'm supporting James. And if the show continues, which I hope it does, because I do think that it's fun and it's really, it's real. And there is really like the relationships are there and it is interesting, the dynamic. So yeah, as long as that continues and, James is doing it, then.
Yeah, you'll be there.
Yeah, I guess I will.
You were amazing. You will be there. You were so amazing, Ally. Is there anything you want to plug or tell people?
Ooh, I don't think so. So I did just update my website with my reading offerings on it. And I'm going to start releasing more dates, like more availability the last Sunday of every month.
Okay, what's the website?
It's www.allylewber.com.
Okay. Yeah. And then you're on TikTok, obviously, Instagram, all the above.
Correct. Yes.
And Sloots, you know where to find me. Sofia then F Franklyn with a Y. I love you guys so much. Talk to you next week. Bye.